It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. Hey.
Good morning. Oh, wait. Okay. All right. Let me turn it down for the non-morning people. Good morning. No, scratch that. Good morning. Because for real, what does that even mean, though? You aren't a morning person? What are you trying to tell us with that information when you say it? Is it like a warning? Like, proceed with caution. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet. For real, I feel like non-morning people are just letting us know that they might be about to get mean. Is I'm not a morning person code for I have no plans to be nice until noon? But how is that an option? Not a morning person? As if you just get to skip out on AM hours entirely? Is that what you think PM is for? Wait, like, are you telling us don't talk to me until my polite minutes? Listen, whether you're a morning person or not, it's time to get up. It's time to get moving, y'all. It's the More Laughing in the Morning show with Allison, the comedian, and friends. I'm Allison, and this season we are waking up early to laugh and get ready for the greatest year yet. We're setting intentions for the day, preparing our mindsets for where we want to be in life by this time next year, and we are laughing at some sketch comedy. Yes, comedy in the morning. But hold on now. Spoiler alert. My sketches involve my foolery and bits about money, okay? Okay. So allow me to introduce you to your favorite morning routine. But first, can we take a quick break? Because I want you to see who's sponsoring the More Laughing in the Morning show. More Laughing in the Morning. We will be right back.
For higher education, a supportive network, and a place to make lifelong friendships, say hello to Virginia Wesleyan University in Virginia Beach. Virginia Wesleyan is a must-see. To schedule a campus tour, go to vwu.edu/explore.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to the More Laughing in the Morning show. I'm Allison, Virginia's comedian and catalyst for growth. I'm the coolest cornball you gonna ever meet, by the way. And I am also everybody's hype girl. Hey, you get a hype, you get a hype, you get a hype. Everybody gets a hype. You know what? Because people need hype. Like, you should have a hype girl. And that's me. I am here every morning hyping you up, whether you're getting ready for breakfast or getting ready to go to work, school, headed to the gym, or just rolling over in the bed, whatever. I am here. And the More Laughing in the Morning show is for people who want to get things done, because we believe that real success starts in the morning. And, you know, we like to laugh. So cheers to the perfect show for your morning routine. We got some coffee here. Oh, hold on, let me not spill it, though. That's not the cheers we want to cheer. Today's Coffee Talk is brought to you by Black Please Coffee. Coffee that inspires hope and conversation. Locally roasted right here in Williamsburg, Virginia. So make sure you grab your 1 pound bag or some merch online at blackpleasecoffee.com and sip with me each morning, okay? Hold on, wait. This is not a joke. If I'm a die on camera, make it funny. Now the eyeliner burning my eyes. Okay, hold on. Stand strong. As a professional stand-up comedian, I meet so many diverse people. And one thing that I find many of us are guilty of is giving the best of ourselves to everyone else, right? Our jobs, our partners, even our funny-looking kids. Wait, hold on. Don't blame me. You can blame your ex. I'm sorry. By the end of the day, we're wiped out and we don't have any energy left to invest in our own dreams and desires. We're talking about, I feel like such a failure. Sir, you're not a failure. You're exhausted. We are so hard on ourselves. Well, today we are flipping that script. Before anybody else gets our energy, we will get started by putting ourselves first, giving time to our own goals, our own intentions. So here's a question for you. Do you set your intentions in the morning? Setting intentions is about like taking a moment to consciously decide the mindset, the focus, the purpose that you want to bring into your day. It's a way of telling yourself, this is what matters to me, and I am going to approach it this way, right? Instead of like rushing straight into the day's demands, you pause and you ask yourself what you want to accomplish or feel. Setting intentions in the morning is helpful, especially like, during them days when the challenges be challenging. An intention can ground you, reminding you of what you wanted to focus on, helping you make choices that are in line with that. Today's intention, our goals. Okay, family. So I am so excited by my personal life by this time next year because I set goals every year. My goals this year are going to be lit. And every so often, I do reassess where I am and where I'm trying to go. And this is my this time next year workbook. So I created it a couple of years ago and I use it every year to write out where I want to be in life by this time next year. And it helps me stay accountable. Our philosophy here is that you can transform your life in a year by making small steps forward. Just doing something at least once a week, that'll put you so far ahead. Like, think about it. 52 steps forward, it'll take you a very long way. So here are some of my this time next year goals. By this time next year, one of my financial goals are buying a house. But hold on, now, not just any house. I got my eye on this place. That's a great investment opportunity. Professional goals, one of my professional goals is to secure funding for the More Laughing in the Morning show. Oh, let me just say that one for y'all again. One of my professional goals is to secure funding for the More Laughing in the Morning show. Okay, you heard me? Okay. Sponsors, commercials, advertisers, millionaires who want something to spend your money on. Another personal goal of mine is I want to learn a second language. I got health and wellness goals. I want to learn how to swim. You heard me right. Don't hold on now. Do not judge me, okay? Your mama can't swim. And even if she can swim, your mama, and you can say my mama back if you want. It's true. She didn't. She never learned to swim. But here's the thing. My mom grew up in the 50s in Virginia during segregation. So the beaches here were segregated. I just said that. But half of the side that she was allowed access to, it just wasn't really inspiring for her. So she never learned growing up, and neither did I. Swimming wasn't a priority in my childhood household. Now, don't worry. My kiddos can swim, just not me. I mean, I took them to swim classes. It just never registered to sign myself up. Okay, but I'm changing that this year. And I can't wait to share that journey with you, by the way. Let's see, what else? Another one of my wellness goals is investing in my mental health. If I can be honest with you, since the pandemic, my life changed dramatically in every way. From my relationships to my friendships, career pivots. I've moved out of my home state for the first time as a big grown adult. Changes, left and right. And I learned a lot about myself. And you know what? Y'all, I think I'm the villain. I'm the villain. Every episode of my life, there is an undercover antagonist. And it got to be me, y'all, because I'm the main character. I'm the supporting characters. And I'm in all the movies. So I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm the problem. So like this year, I'm excited to really focus on getting grounded and centered as I step up into this next season. I want to stop sabotaging myself. I want to stop sabotaging my growth and my future success. So those are just a few of my real goals. And I'm committed to at least one small action towards each of them this week. So, all right, I'm going to ask you, what do you want your life to look like by this time next year? Here's what I want you to do. Take a few minutes, just like I did. You talk it out. Put yourself first. Right now, I got my notebook, my workbook, the way that we have them set up. You see, I got tabbies and everything. You got your categories, you put what your goal is, and then each week you work your way to it, right? You can type yours out on your phone, your computer, and if you can't do it right this second, screenshot the website here, get a QR code, whatever you want to do. There's a worksheet on our More Laughing in the Morning Show website, and you're welcome to grab our This Time Next Year workbook. Join the community. Every episode of our show, I'm going to talk to an expert that can help us get to our next level. And then we'll meet up individually in our group, and we'll make sure that we're encouraging each other. I'm using my workbook to write down my action steps. I journal my things, And so when I'm talking to an expert that inspires me and I learn from, I take what they say, take those suggestions, and I write it down. I feel good about this. How about you? Goal setting, y'all. Goal setting, goal getting, gang. Today's intention has been set. By setting your intention for today, you're already putting yourself on a path towards an amazing day and ultimately the life you want. A win is a win, y'all. So let's keep it going. Our next segment is actually titled This Time Next Year. So bring your workbook, bring your paper, your note taker, and let's glean from today's guest. We got goals, y'all, for where we want to be by this time next year, and we are going to learn from those who have been where we want to go. Stay tuned for more Laughing in the Morning because we will be right back. I see you. I knew it. Time's up.
Mom!
Don't you touch that.
There is an easier way to see if your home is energy efficient. Start your free energy audit today at virginianaturalgas.com. Take control of your energy bills with the Energy Efficiency Program from Virginia Natural Gas.
Welcome back to the More Laughing in the Morning show. I'm Allison. So here's the tea on the This Time Next Year segments. I am obsessed with exposure and growth. Like, I grew up without a lot of resources and opportunities to see the world and learn life through diverse people. So like now I make sure that I'm going to leverage my network from previous coworkers to entrepreneurs that I, used to know, or professionals that I meet at events. When there's a connection or I'm inspired by their story, I'm going to ask questions to glean from their experiences. I have goals for where I want to be by this time next year, but I don't always know how to get there by myself. But guess what? I don't have to because I know people. I know brilliant, interesting, successful people, and I pick their brain. So during this segment, that's what we do. We learn from some of the most inspiring, interesting people. I'm very excited about today's interview and guest. This is the perfect example of a person to learn from while I'm on my own journey to create the life that I want for myself by this time next year. I hope you are too. So enjoy. Y'all, today's interview is incredibly exciting and deeply special to me. I am thrilled to introduce to you my aunt, one of the GOATs, y'all, of radio disc jockey. With a long and illustrious career spanning the airways of New York, Los Angeles, back to New York, now Atlanta, she's been a source of my personal inspiration, wisdom, encouragement, y'all, throughout the life. My aunt has been there for me. When I think about turning up in life, taking things to this time next year, going to the next level, embracing my new dreams, staying young, continuously learning, Aunt Pat is the first person that I am going to call. She embodies fun, creativity, adventure, and living a life full of new experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, clap it up so we can glean from one of the pillars in my life. Please welcome Aunt Pat, gang, Patricia Prescott to the show.
I think I can just go home now.
I mean, you are that
introduction, just the way I told you to do it.
I'm gonna hit you.
Allison.
I'll do the Zelle right after this. Hey, Aunt Pat, how are you?
I'm doing great. I got to tell you, I'm so very proud of you. Ever since your mom and I became friends when we were in elementary school, we hung in there through all the years. I've known you since you were first born. And now that your mom has gone on to heaven, it's my job to be your auntie here on earth. And it's a job I embrace and love.
I mean, and you're good at it. It's something special. Shout out to the aunties. I like to pep up my aunties. But the aunties you got your aunties that they your sister and your brother's kids. And then you have the aunties like you who you got those friendships and you inherit their children. So you do not have to stick around. And yet you still 40 some years later, pay your child support. Aunt Pat, you the girl. Aunt Pat, but even in that, you talk about the friendship between you and my mom, it even goes back even before that, because you all, knew who you were in elementary school, but your mom and my mom's mom were friends. I
Very
got
dear friends.
pictures. So we got 3 generations of family.
Yeah, we do, and we're lucky to have that. And I think a mentorship, that having that in your life is a really important thing. And I think the older that you get, especially when you've had a life that has had as many blessings as mine has, that you start thinking about that. What can I leave behind? You think about all the people who helped you, who told you a little something that mattered and that made a difference. And so then you want to be that person. That becomes what you do when you stop doing what you did. And that's that whole, as you mentioned, for me, retirement has been just an amazing gift.
So congratulations. I mean, this has been major. So you have had a big, not just retirement, right? Like you had a big last 12 to 18 months. You have been rolling. So let's see. I can't count how many places you have been traveling from, in the country, out the country, East Coast, West Coast.
I can't either.
I've seen you at least 5-6 times in the last 12, 18 months, right? Then you, big year, you got married. Shout out to my uncle manager. You retired. You started a new show, 2 new shows. Like you got new shows coming. You're going to be throwing your mom her 100th birthday party. Like,
hey, life is
listen.
good. Life is good. There's a lot going on. It is very, very true. My husband always says, he said this once and I just loved it, so I stole it from him. That I didn't retire from working. I retired from having to work. And so because of that, now I get to do things that I love, like creating favorite things. The show that I did for WBGO in Newark, which services the New York area. Every show has a different theme, It could be jazz of the 70s, it could be live recordings. We had a road trip show where, we do songs like, going to Chicago and Rainy Night in Georgia, and it's like that. So the creative side of it is really a lot of fun. Our team that I work with, Billy Robinson, who used to be my producer at CD 101.9 when I worked there in New York, and my husband Reggie Jackson, who was the researcher for the show. And we just have a great time putting it together as an open-ended deal. I'll do it as long as I feel like it. When I don't feel like it anymore, I can stop. And we have syndicated it now on WCLK in Atlanta, another NPR station just like WBGO, which is also great because you don't have all the commercials and you also don't have a lot of the restrictions that you have in terrestrial radio. So it's been a lot of fun. That plus traveling on the jazz cruises, as you mentioned, with my good friend Dave Kaz, who I hosted a radio show with. He's the one who really brought me to Los Angeles. And Dave and I have been friends for many
30 years ago, right?
Oh, Dave and I have been friends for I would say, I think it is about 30 years or so. And also I do the Capitol Jazz Super Cruise, which is a lot of fun, and some other events too around Southern California. So I'm staying active. Actually, I'm busier than I've ever been. But the freedom is what I like the most about.
Okay, on Pat. So obviously I know a lot of these things, and I'm sharing you with the More Laughing and the Morning Show gang, and this time next year community. But I want to go back to a couple of things because, hearing you talk about your show, and you're like, well, this is something I don't think is that anybody's ever done before, and I hear, my brain is like, man, and then she's thinking of new ideas and still opening up new doors and exploring things and being courageous. And that makes me think about, obviously I have you, right? But I'm sharing you with everybody else. Said that 15 times so that they'll know after this interview, she make mine now. Anywho, can you talk about the mindset behind the building the courage to do something new, to try something else, especially considering when every day forward, we're not getting younger in
Mm-hmm.
on earth, right? So like when I said I'm going to go back and I'm going to do my morning show again, and I'm going to take it to this level, and I'm going to do this. There is the girl, you getting older, girl, you need to sit down somewhere, girl, you need to. So like, how do you push through some of those things? Like, what is your mindset around that?
Well, I just think that if you have something you want to do, you figure out how you do it, and then you put in the hard work to get it done. The way I started my radio career, I was a school teacher. I didn't know anything about radio broadcasting. I had an opportunity to be a hostess at a disc jockeys convention, and that was my first real view of what the world of broadcast communications looked like. And I was like, if these are the top disc jockeys in America, I bet I could do that. But I had to then find out what to do. I had to enroll in a broadcasting school. I had to, and this was, after graduating from a 4-year college, to Northwestern University, one of the best radio, TV, and film schools in the country. I never went in the building. Didn't know anything about it. I was an English major in secondary ed. This was an afterthought after college. And one thing I would like to say to people is that, figuring out what you're going to do is probably one of the toughest things in life. But you have to realize that it takes time to do it. It takes experience. It takes learning about different careers. And you may not know what really is where you belong unless you are willing to try some things. And I know I know you understand that because I've seen you do that in your life, whether it's HR or working in a bank or, accounting or, being on a stage doing comedy. You have a lot of things you can do and you do them. But, when you're in your earlier years, I say go for it. Because there does come a time when slowing down is what you need to do, or what you want to do. After 47 years of getting up at dark 30 in the morning, I was ready for some sleep.
You went 47 years on Pat.
Yes. And I was...
You're the morning show
mornings.
voice.
I worked mornings almost the whole time. But see, now, being in the position that I am today, when my mother, as you mentioned, will turn 100 next year, I get to be with her at a time in her life when she really needs the support. I would not be able to do that if I wasn't semi-retired, as they say.
Right, semi-retired. So, Pat, those of us, like this whole segment, this time next year is about me inviting people that are inspirational, amazing, super smart, successful, able to articulate their setbacks, whatever way that we can glean from them for our own individual journeys by this time next year. It's the idea that like constantly be focusing on leveling up, even if you just do something, a little something each week, right? You can make significant progress. Before we go, can you give me some like mindset thinking around what it takes to like really level up? For the people who are trying to break out of a real cycle, we want to see not just a week worth of change, but like true looking back, like, wow, I'm not even that person anymore. New season ahead. Like, what do we need to be telling ourselves, say to ourselves? What do you say to yourself? You are always evolving. You have never not evolved in my 40 plus years of living.
Well, I tell you this. The first thing is you need to figure out what it is you want to do. Mm-hmm. Realize, though, that could change. Okay? Because sometimes the doing of it is what will tell you whether this is really where you belong. But you have to know what you want to do. You have to have a plan to make that happen. You have to have input. I believe in, talking to people who are in life where you want to be. Mm-hmm. Because those are the only people that can tell you how to do those things, how to get to where they have gotten. And then you need to just work like it depends on you, pray like it depends on God, keep good people around you. And I think that has really helped me so much in my life. I've been very fortunate in the quality of friends that I have, and the experiences that I've had in the workplace as well. But I think that all of that comes together. But it really starts with deciding what do I want, making that plan, and working it. And then reevaluating it periodically as well. Because as you know, I'm sure from, you've been around for 40 years, so you've tried some things that didn't work.
For sure.
So but you learn from those as well.
Yeah.
And then you move on you alter them or you move on to something that works for you better.
For sure. Pat, thank you for being continually inspirational to me, supportive, encouraging. As long as you keep going, I'm right here behind you. And I think that a lot of our guests are going to really, or our audience is going to enjoy this conversation. So I appreciate you. So tell us, we got down here, favorite things. How do we listen if we're not in New York or Atlanta?
Oh, it's very easy to listen. All you have to do is go to wbgo.org. You can go to the website. You can stream. You can also listen to shows from the past 2 weeks at your leisure because they are on demand, which is really the way people like to absorb information today. You can also listen on the app. You know, I live in Los Angeles, but do the show that's based out of Newark, New Jersey, and also airs in Atlanta on WCLK. But I can do all of that because of the technology that we have. And you can just go to the app. That's what we do every day. I just open up the app and I can listen to WBGO. I hope you like it.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I mean, I know everybody's going to like it, but we appreciate you. Thanks for your work in the industry. Thanks for that voice. Thank your mama and your daddy for that voice, girl. Ladies and gentlemen, my Aunt Pat, please check her out on Favorite Things. And don't go away. We'll be right back after the break.
Such a lonely time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for tuning in today for the More Laughing in the Morning show with Allison the Comedian and friends. I'd like to thank the and friends, aka our guests, and the Sky 4 TV team, the More Laughing team, and of course, the More Laughing OGs. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Black Please Coffee and Happy HR Partners. And a special thanks to you for watching. Don't forget, scan the QR code for your This Time Next Year worksheet and to stay connected with me. I'll see you tomorrow bright and early because what's the morning routine for the successful? Huh? It's a More Laughing in the Morning show. Now get up and get moving, y'all. Toodles and cue the music.